This is not a video I ever wanted to make. I want to make videos that share my joy of gaming with others, and needing to address something this stupid annoys me to no end. My name is Commissar Kai, and today I'll be sharing with y'all the issues I'm having, what I'm gonna do about it, and the future of this channel. So to start off, the crux of the issue is that I cannot record helldivers footage right now. Every time I've tried to hop in a game with other people, the game has tanked its frame rates, I've encountered a lot of stuttering, especially against the bots, and I've been experiencing a bunch of crashes.
Alright, I am doing my civic duty and going straight for the jammer.
Nope. This is incredibly frustrating for me since there is so much I want to cover for y'all, and I have talented editors that deserve to get paid what they're worth. But I just don't have it in me right now to push through technical issues and gather more footage. I know that if I grit my teeth and push through the tech problems, I'll end up presenting the game and that will come through in my content. I just can't do that to either myself or to y'all. I have never cared about things like balance, either around our weapons or the enemy, because what I care about in Helldivers and gaming in general is sharing fun experiences with my friends and strangers that can become new friends. It's why even after playing over 1,000 hours of Helldivers, I'm still not sick of the gameplay. Every drop is a story and an opportunity to get to know new people or strengthen bonds with people I already know. The world is on fire and people have enough misery in their lives. Gaming needs to be a sanctuary from our worldly problems and an opportunity to form connections with other people that share our passion for our favorite hobby. If a game can capture that escapism and foster bonds between people of all walks of life, then things like balance are just details that can be hammered out in the future. But to bring y'all this type of content where I share my joy and explore new ways to play, I need to be able to record. Without that baseline, I have nothing to stand on. But with a heavy heart, I have to say I'm stepping away from recording new content for y'all until Arrowhead pulls their head out of their liberty pocket and fixes some of these technical issues. There's also the matter of what happened to Aravan. He's been my friend since I was a much smaller creator, and we've kept in touch the whole time. He's given me advice, listened to my rants, collabed with me, and encouraged me all along the way. Seeing Arrowhead lead him on for months has been incredibly discouraging. Frankly, I'm glad that he chose to show everyone what happened so he can move on to bigger and better things, since I know how much this has weighed him down over the months. I want to see him happy, and I think letting go will help him get there. Another thing that's been grinding my gears is how Command reacted to the situation with Buzz. I fail to see any reason why his situation couldn't have been resolved with a quiet word rather than dropping a hell bomb on his head, especially since I've taken a few playful jabs myself. My hope is that some kind of wire got crossed between the third party that runs the propaganda commanders and Arrowhead, leading to a massive misunderstanding. But I suppose we'll find out soon. I don't know what's in store for the propaganda commanders, but I hope that these stories coming to light makes Arrowhead seriously reconsider how they handle working with content creators. If nothing changes, I'll have to reevaluate where I stand with regards to this program. Alright, that's the doom and gloom out of the way, but I've never been one to take a licking and not stand back up. There's always something I can do to better myself, what I make, and whatever crappy situation has evolved around me. So here's what I'm gonna do. First, I'm taking a short break from Helldivers to get my head on straight and to try out some new content for other games like Deep Rock Galactic and Battlefield 6. My message has never been tied solely to Helldivers, and there's a lot of gamers out there that need to learn that having fun and making friends is always more important than stroking your ego. Second, I do have a couple of videos for y'all that are already done. I have a solo like an expert guide that is pretty much ready to ship, and an absolutely ridiculous game where we stab the predator strain to death. I'll be releasing these on Friday like usual, and I will use the time that they buy me to record my other content. Once Helldivers is fixed and I can record, I'll be back to making new videos, because I love this game and I want it to succeed. Finally, I have a ray of hope that I'm clinging desperately to. One of my commandos is an absolute tech genius, and they figured out why the game has seemingly been toasting PCs. They dug into all the technical crap that I am too deep in my crayons to understand. But they tell me that the demanding nature of Helldivers is causing factory defects in certain pieces of high-end hardware to blow up into real issues. They mentioned that this would be the case with any technically demanding game, and that there are fixes for it while we wait on software updates for those pieces of hardware and or Helldivers to unscrew itself. Or explained in terms that you and I can understand, This is a fixable problem. He's compiled all this info on my Discord, but we're still looking at the best way to make it available to everyone. Until then, my mentors are standing ready to help y'all with any tech support you need, as well as the fine people over on the official Discord. Things look bleak now, but I want to remind everyone saying that the sky is falling that this ain't our first rodeo, and there are really encouraging signs that this will all be a hiccup in the annals of managed democracy. Arrowhead has finally said that they are pausing making new content to fix the game. This has never happened before. They are finally taking the short-term hit for the long-term health of a game that we all love. As long as they stick to their word, this is great news. Helldivers' life cycle has been like a field of it's so over lying fallow, so that we may grow into a bountiful we're so back in the spring. This is annoying and is because Arrowhead kept churning out content while holding the game together with duct tape. But we are 2 good patches in a row away from this game being the best it's ever been. And again, as long as they stick to it and actually do the repairs that are needed, we can cast aside this stupid cycle and begin the upwards climb that freedom and prosperity has always deserved. Finally, here's what y'all can do in the meantime. If the game is running well for you, keep on diving. Enjoy the community we've built and hold the line while the rest of us get our tech sorted out. We as Helldivers have always supported each other, and now we need to rely on that most admirable quality more than ever. There are a bunch of fiddly little settings that can make the experience much smoother. Or take a break and enjoy other games. I know I'll be playing a lot of Battlefield, Deep Rock Galactic, and Darktide while I wait, and I'd love to have other Helldivers join me. We don't have to give in to despair. We can rise above it and enjoy our hobby to the fullest, even when our favorite game is having issues. My commandos and I will always remain a bulwark against the misery and loneliness that constantly threatens to overwhelm us, both in our favorite hobby and in our real lives. So come join us while we ride out this storm. Until next time, this is Commissar Kai, signing out.
This reminds me of when I was flying over Afghanistan, and the pilot came back and said, "Hey, what you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, operator things." He's like, "Cool." And then the co-pilot came back and he's like, "Hey, what you doing?" I'm like, "Operate." Who's flying the plane?